Hi, everybody. Welcome in. Welcome to the Spiritual View. I am Wendy, and I will be delivering a message from Spirit today. I've already pulled some cards, and I'll go through them all and show them all to you. So from the Elemental Oracle, I pulled Passion. Got a kind of a glare there. Okay, Passion. So what are you passionate about? What makes you feel alive, right? I want you to think about that. We also have Pressure. Ah, sorry about the glare here. Not sure why that's happening. Pressure. There. Okay. Sometimes, with transformation, I believe it says, yeah, transformation. Sometimes pressure can feel really negative, but it can also be a really positive influence, right? Because in order to change, sometimes you have to be put under pressure to make it happen. Think about diamonds starting out as coal. They have to be put under an immense amount of pressure to become a diamond, right? So if you want to go through this transformation and change yourself, it takes work, it takes time, right? In order for you to get to here, to be able to fulfill your passions and what makes you feel alive, right? So the goal is your passion, and the pressure is the transformation. And then we have bushfires, which is fury. And I want to read this one to you from the book because I really like what it says at the end. Let me put my glasses on really quick to read this for you. So bushfire's fury. Extreme emotions once engaged are hard to put back in the container. Anger is a healthy emotion, yet fury is less necessary. Warlike emotions should be tempered unless survival requires it. Emotional intelligence is required at this time. There's a lot of things in the world to be angry about right now, but I really love how it says emotional intelligence is required at this time. I think that's a really key element in the message here. Okay, let me go through the other cards that I pulled. And these cards are from the Dream Keeper's Tarot. So, and this message is just for anyone who needs to hear it. So, as you all know, we're going through the eclipse season, which is requiring a lot of change, and justice came up. So kind of cutting through all that BS, right? Finding your truth, finding your balance, figuring out what it is that you need to move forward. Okay. And then immediately crossing that path is the Emperor. So you need to own it. So figure out what it is that you need to, what is your truth? What creates that balance for you? And then own it. And I'm going to use a phrase that I hate to use, but it's popping into my head. So it's like a boss. And I've never really liked that saying, but when I see the Emperor, it's like, just own it like a boss. Okay. And then where you want things to be going is the creatrix, which is like the creator. Okay. So you want to be creating things, manifesting things, right? The things that you want to have come in, you want to be able to create them into being, right? That again is the ultimate goal with the passion, right? So the things that make you feel alive and that you want to do, you want to be able to create them into actually coming true, right? So that's that manifesting energy. You have been asked to leave behind an old way of thinking about things, like basically kind of leave whatever has happened in the past, okay? So remember, swords are thoughts. So this could be an old pattern of thinking, an old way of traditions, or you are, the lessons you've learned in the past, you think, oh, well, I don't want to do this because then just what happened before is what's going to happen again. No, you need to release and let go of that. I mean, if you hang on to that, then yes, that is what's going to happen. But if you are willing to release and let go of that energy and move forward and letting that stay behind, then you create this new opportunity for change and for new things to come in, better things to come in, right? For a different outcome, which is what we want. You also have a hierophant coming in. So you have a teacher coming in, teacher, a guide. I would say the only thing with the hierophant is I would beware of creating rules or boundaries or things simply for the sake of having them. If you're going to have them, there needs to be a reason for it, right? That's part of owning this. So don't just be like, well, I want this, but in order to have this, I have to do that first. Why? If you can't answer the why, then get rid of it. Okay. Okay. Coming into the future, you've got the Ace of Pentacles. So again, creating, this could be starting a new job, starting a new business. This has to do with your stability, your work, your money. Okay. This is a new path. So creating this new path to walk down. We also had the Seven of Pentacles underneath, which is, reaping what we sow. So, and I've said this so many times in the last few weeks, what we put out there is what we bring back to us, right? So whatever you're putting out into the world, into the universe, that's what's going to be attracted back to you. Okay, so keep that in mind as you're going through this eclipse season and these changes. Some of you might feel like you're really stuck in a situation and you don't know how to move forward. And it can be really difficult to kind of get past those thoughts that are blocking you and keeping you kind of stuck and trapped where you are. You're really being asked to change the way that you think about things, okay? So that kind of goes hand in hand with that Six of Swords and this can be really difficult for a lot of people, is taking these thoughts and letting them transform and change to become something new. It can be really easy to stay in this stuck feeling and feeling like, well, but this is how things have always been, and that's just how things work out for me, and that's just how things go. That's not true. It doesn't have to be your truth, okay? Because you can change things. You can change the way you think about things. You can move forward and leave those old ways behind you. Just, you do need to release and let go of those things, and that requires change. And we have the Death card here, which is all about transformation and change. So it might feel like a big ask, right? It can feel like a big ask because it can be really difficult. It could be really difficult and it can be scary and, and just not knowing what the future holds, right? It can create fear because, well, what if it does end up the same way that it did before? And again, if that's what you're putting out there, then that's what you're going to get back. So the big lesson with the transition and change is it's really about creating that new space to allow the new things to come in. And the only way to create that new space is to release and let go of the old ways of thinking, the old patterns, right? Let go of the past so you can create and bring in the things that you want, right? And in order to do that, our outcome card is the Eight of Pentacles. That's just doing the work. It's time to do the work. That's the hard part. We have these things and we talk about the eclipse season and releasing and letting go and allowing new things to come in. But you know what? You have to participate. So if you want these things to happen, if you want to be able to create the change that you want, you have to do the work. You have to participate. Most of these things, if you aren't doing the work, if you aren't participating, then your past will repeat itself because you haven't learned that you are capable of changing those things and changing those patterns and changing the way that you think about it. It's a really hard lesson. And so it takes a lot of work. And again, I would say if you're feeling frustrated and angry about it, remember that emotional intelligence is what you need. So you can be angry and frustrated, but that isn't going to create the change, right? You want to use your emotional intelligence and start thinking in a different way so that you can really bring in what you want, what makes you feel alive, what's important to you. So you can create, so you can manifest those things that you thought were too big to dream or hope for can become a reality. I hope that that message helped some of you today. I hope that resonated for you. As always, please like, subscribe, share, and comment. And please feel free to join us on our Monday lives and our Friday lives. Our Monday lives start at 8 a.m. Eastern time, and our Friday lives start at 6 p.m. Eastern time. Whenever we can, we try to do some free little readings in there. So if you have questions, please post it in the comments when you come to the lives. And I hope you guys have a great weekend, and I will see you next time. Thanks, everybody.